Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my little love bugs. This is Michelle the Oracle coming straight at you, wherever you're at, physically, wherever you're at, emotionally, wherever you're at, spiritually, wherever you are at. I am right there with you. We are all there with you. You are not alone. We are here with you. What a great message, huh? Did you know that? Did you know that you're not alone here? Did you get programmed or taught that you weren't connected to anything, that you just kind of, that the stork just came and you kind of just plopped out and you're here by yourself? That's another lie. You're not here by yourself. We're all connected. Can't you feel me? I'm with you right now. We're together. You ever had a thought? You thought about somebody that you hadn't thought about for a little while? And then, you'll trigger a memory or a song will come up, and then all of a sudden, they're on your phone. Yeah, and why do we still do this, right? The phones don't even look like this, but I'm old school. So, they call you up and all of a sudden they're there. You can't tell me you're here alone. How did they know to call you? Is it a Twilight Zone? Do. No, synchronicity. We're all connected. We all can hear each other. Tell me, when's the last time you read an article online or in a newspaper and you didn't already know that information? Where you didn't go, oh, I never knew that. No, that's not happening anymore. You know why? Because we're connected. You're not here alone. We all share thought. Movie trailers, when you go to the movies and you're like, dude, I wrote that movie 2 years ago. Yeah, you know what? We all did. We all did. We all wrote it. We're connected. We already know. Don't believe me? Does this all sound really foreign? Yeah, it did to me too. I was one who thought, I'm here by myself. Girl, you are on your own. Nobody cares, especially that God thing they keep telling you about. He doesn't give a crap. Look what he does. But he loves you. Oh my gosh, what a confusing message, huh? What was I supposed to do with all that? Well, I got to this point. I got to right here in front of you, where I can tell you that was a bunch of BS, and we are connected, and I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm here with y'all. We're all here together. And when I say we, I don't just mean humans. This tree, these plants, all the grass, we're all connected. Can't you feel it? Are you starting to feel it? Are you starting to notice? Are you starting to be nicer to yourself? Talk nicer to yourself? Have you been following me since the first video? Are you meditating? Are you letting go of thought? Are you thinking a new way with your heart instead of with this? Are you tackling old issues, old stuff that's popping up because you're trying to move forward in a more positive way and you have things? Are you reconciling? Are you doing any of that stuff yet? If you're not, try. Come on, let's keep trying. Go back and watch from the start. I'll do it all over again with you. Have you already tried some of it and some of it's working? Oh, I'm so proud of you. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So I really didn't know what was going to be talked about today. The energies had been so up and so down and so heavy. But lately, and I don't know if it's just me, and I don't think so because I can see it and feel it. I'm an energy reader, right? We all are. But I become aware that I can see energy, and that hecticness that we've had the past few weeks, it was really intense there for a while, especially last week. But now I feel like we're all, and I don't think it's a coincidence that I just saw the movie Surf's Up. And that character was talking about what it felt like being in the tube, right? There's nothing like being in the tube. I feel like that's where we all are right now. We're kind of chilling and hanging and cruising in a tube. A lot of us are wiping out and we can see it. If you've wiped out, get back on that board and catch the next wave. If you got scared and didn't catch this one, that's all right. There's another one coming. If you're in the tube with me, ooh, doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel really good? I mean, be honest. Step outside of the human drama that you think is happening right now, right? Like, take a few steps back and look at it from a higher perspective with me. And this is what I kind of wanted to talk about. But see, when you leave it up to spirit and you say, I want it to be authentic, I did want to talk about this, and I like the loop that they just brought me back to talk about stepping outside of the platform drama, this thing that we think is happening and so serious and all kinds of, it's the play. I call it the play. It's detaching, right? Becoming the observer, becoming the watcher, stepping outside, becoming the highest self, whatever they're labeling it, whatever you heard it as. I want to explain it, what it means, because I got to this stage in my own awakening and I had to come up with a way, and I still do it. I was really into my life and my story and this meat suit's experiences and all of her stuff. I told you I was a memory hoarder. And I used to love to play the game of telephone, the story that kept coming but changing, and the story from the past. And everything was so serious all the time in my life. So serious, I thought it was. Now I know, it's funny. I look at her old life and I laugh because we thought it was so serious. And it felt serious. I'm not mocking at all. I'm embracing that that's what I had to experience. But now I know different, so I can talk to you from this perspective. I've detached from that story. I've become the watcher. So in learning how to detach, I was on this little stage, right? And I know we've all had that thought because we just told you, we're all the collective, right? So we've all had that thought that, what if my life, or what if this experience here as a human on this planet is being watched by an alien as a reality show? Haven't we all had that same thought, right? What if that's what's happening? There's an alien race that's watching us as a reality show? Okay, well, I'm going to go bigger with that for myself, and I'm going to pretend that I'm up there watching my life as a reality show. And it's changed. I'm not a character in it. I'm watching it. For me, like I've told you guys, I'm really big into my imagination. I am now. I'm into letting myself go there in picture. So when I started to learn to become the watcher of what I thought was a real serious experience, I had to picture myself leaving the situation completely, because I am an emotional, I love it. I get in it and I bathe in it and I wrap it around and I get my tentacles. I used to. Ooh, I don't even remember her anymore, but I can feel her when I'm telling you about her. I can remember what she was like. And those of you who know me, maybe you saw me in that stage of my life, but it's so foreign. I see her, but I don't see her. So in learning how to get out of that seriousness of the story, of being in the show, I pictured myself heading up in the balcony with those two old men from the Muppet Show, Statler and Waldorf. Do you remember those guys? Like, they would sit and watch the Muppet Show, right? And they would heckle the acts. They would crack really bad jokes, tell bad knock jokes. They would throw stuff off the balcony. They would boo the host or Kermit, whoever was performing. They were like the original George and Jerry. They were very sarcastic and very funny. So when I started learning how to detach from my own human story, I would head up in the balcony with those guys. Because I have that kind of sense of humor. I think stuff is funny and sarcastic and I have to laugh at it. It's just, that's how I am. So I went up there with those dudes. Whenever I thought I was in a real serious human situation in my story, it could have been anything, a relationship, a job, a desire, whatever it was, I would detach myself and become the watcher. By watching it, like the Muppet Show, with those two old guys cracking jokes, heckling the people involved, because it was funny. It wasn't so life-altering and life-shattering, and it actually gave me a more powerful perspective. because I didn't just feel my experience. I got to see the people around me and see their experience. What led up to this thing with me? Ah ha ha, we've never thought about that before, right? When we're upset or when we're in a drama, it's all about me, sweetheart. No, 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 no. Stop, stop, stop. Back up. Take a bigger picture. Look at the people that are involved. What are they going through? Are they having emotional problems just like you? Are they having scared problems about money, their job, their relationships, their dreams? Are they experiencing any of that? Have we thought about that? Do you know that that's a possibility, that they're having things just as rough as you? They're just expressing in a different way than you are. That's compassion. And then you step back even bigger from that and you look, oh, look at their chain of line. Look at their family. Look at their belief system. Look at how they were raised. And here we are in this conflict. When you get up in the balcony and you watch it with the two old men and you can heckle it and you can watch it and see it for what it is and really get a laugh out of it, you get to detach from the situation. All of a sudden there's this enormous weight lifted off of you because you're not in it. You're not knee deep in it. And it's not really real, because when you step back you can see the outside picture and you're like, oh, haven't you done that already in your life? When you've looked back on stuff, you can see it from a different perspective. Well, take that perspective now. Let's not wait till later. Start taking that perspective now in your day-to-day. If you feel like you're too deep into something, if you feel like there's something that's just weighing you and you can't anymore, detach from it. Become the observer. Watch it from an outside perspective. Give yourself that break. Trust me. Give yourself that truth that you aren't controlled by that. That doesn't control you. Eventually you get to a place of true power when you realize that you are the one who sets that stage. You are the one who allows those characters. You are the one who allows those things to happen. And it's not a judgmental waving of the finger. That's not as this is coming out. This is coming out as a place of truth and inspiration and empowerment. I'm trying to help you remember what you really are, the power that you truly have. It's all right here inside you. The entire universe is already inside you. And some of you are getting goosebumps and the hairs are standing up on your neck when I say something like that. You know why? Because you're remembering. Because you already know. And you kind of forgot. We kind of forgot. It's cool. Dude, we came back on, man. We got back on the board, dude, and we're going in the tunnel. Ooh, and it feels so good. And you're not alone. There is always stuff around you, always spirit around you. There is you around you. If you are the universe and the universe is inside you, it's all you, right? It's all you. So don't get it so personal. Don't take it so deep. Forgive it, reconcile it, let it go, process it. And then choose the complementary side of what you've been doing. We don't always have to choose anger. We forget that in one direction there may be anger, but if we take a 180 and go the other way, there's happiness. We don't have to choose war. If we take a 180 on the opposite, the complementary side of war is peace. That's an option. They're not forcing you down a path. They can't force you down a path. We willingly go. So if that's the truth, and it is, choose the complementary side of what we've been trying, right? We don't want to fight it. I'm not going to be anti-war. I'm going to choose peace. You've heard that message before. It's in different inspirational, motivational movies. Other, motivational speakers have used stuff like that. Let's try it. Let's use it. So, we get up in the balcony, right? And we start detaching from our stories and we see the characters involved and our place in it. And then we start deciding, okay, we're going to create something better because, dude, I'm the one up there creating what's happening on that stage, right? So all these new players come in, all these new behaviors come in, we start changing our ways by, instead of picking what we used to, we 180 and go, okay, we're going to try something complementary to that. And we're going to go this way instead. And then let's see what happens. I can tell you what happens. Love wins. I read the last page in the book. I've always been that kind of human. Anytime I have bought a book, she goes right to the last page and she reads the last page before she reads the first page. Sometimes before she reads the description of the book, she will go to the last page in the book. And I've seen the last page of this story. And here's a spoiler alert. Love wins. Love wins. Aces, man, all around. Love wins. I hope that's not disappointing to you. It's not disappointing to me. I always knew we could do it. I always knew we could get there. I was always the hopeful one that no matter what ugly would happen, and I've got to see a lot of ugly. Those of you who are in my age range, I'm in the something 40s. Oh my gosh, right? But I'm still here. But we've seen so much, right? We've seen so much change. We've seen so many waves come in and out, dude, and we're still here surfing them in the tunnel, dude. And now we have an opportunity to change stuff, to detach from what we used to do, to make better decisions, to go into a complementary position, man, to get your power, to find it, to use it, to own it. I'm not scared. I want you to find your power. Your power isn't going to impose with my power. You know how I know? Because my power isn't imposing with y'all. If anything, I'm lighting y'all on fire. Woo! So I want you all to find your power. There's no competition. This is not a race. We all win at the end. There is no end. It just is. We're all so lucky. I hope you guys just felt that skip in your heart, that pulse in your heart. Did you feel that? Our heart chakras have been working overtime. We're getting influxes of love because we're all sharing this kind of information out loud together, passing it on, having our conversations be elevated, having our thoughts be elevated, not so reality show or what they're telling us is a reality show. We're actually creating a better reality show. We saw the other side. We saw the yucky reality show. We all fell for it, but complementary side is a more authentic one, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to 180. Not that the other direction was wrong or bad or incorrect. It was all necessary. But now we're given an opportunity to try something else. Don't you want to try? Let's create something else. I'm not going to sit around and watch the demolition. I'm going to help in the creation. That's where I'm at, and that's where a lot of us could be if we just allow ourselves to detach, meditate, become aware, renew yourself, find your passion, find your purpose, give love all the time, forgive everything, reconcile everything. Challenge yourself all the time to embrace your own power. Baby, you are a superhero that has abilities that the human hasn't even written about yet because they can't fathom it. Do you hear me? We are all superheroes that has superpowers that they haven't even written about yet because humans can't even fathom them. That's why we like superheroes so much. That's why we read comic books, because we're one of them. We're all superheroes. Like really spectacular superheroes. I'm so proud to be here with all of you. It's an honor. I'm not sure what we talked about here. I hope it all made sense. You know, I feel like I go away and then I come back because I know it's time to close out and I need to spin now. So I don't really know until I go back and rewatch the video what we talked about. So whatever was channeled, I hope it spoke straight to your heart. I hope right now you are just